Alright, so I said I was going to do this, and I did. So this is bald cypress number 2. And it came in a 6-inch pot, and we up-potted it into this gigantic blue plastic tub. So it's kind of unstable right now for a few reasons. Number one, it doesn't really have very many roots because it was in a really tiny container. Second reason is because this soil is really waterlogged. Basically what we're going for is sort of like a miniature swamp in this thing. We're going to see how the roots develop on a bald cypress, and if we keep it in water versus planted in the ground, which is obviously drier. And then the peat moss is kind of unstable. It's really kind of almost like when I shake the tub, you can see all of it moving, kind of a little bit more like jello than actual soil. It's very fluffy. It takes a few days, maybe even over a week, for peat moss to fully absorb that water, I've noticed. It's kind of brown when I first use it, and then it takes, a few weeks for it to turn black and sort of into more of like a soil consistency. But right now it's just really kind of soft, and it's going to take a while for it to harden up a little bit. Also, just because we're keeping this in so much water, it's unstable. It's going to take a while for everything to sort of settle on the bottom. We fertilized it pretty heavily with bone meal because I want those roots to grow as fast as possible and just fill out this entire tub. So I expect we're going to give it probably more bone meal, just trying to get those roots growing. Also, I put a little bit of soil acidifier in here, just a tiny little bit, to, I think, help the tree grow a little bit better. I don't know if that's actually what I'm supposed to do. I know that's what I did for the Dawn Redwood, and this is not the same thing as a Dawn Redwood, so I should have looked up if it likes to have soil that's more acidic, but I'm assuming it does, so that's what I did. I guess there's really not much more to say about this. I don't have any idea how I'm going to style it. We have these long branches here. I figured they could be wired downwards, but I just don't think it's going to be a good look for it. I don't know. I just have no idea what I'm going to do with this. Obviously, I don't want 2 bald cypress trees that look exactly the same. So we're going to have to wait a couple of years, because if the one in the ground, which it probably will thicken up a lot more, we're going to have sort of a larger bald cypress. And then for this one, I thought I'd maybe do a medium-sized or a smaller bald cypress, so we might just trunk chop it way down here and make a smaller one. I don't know. We're going to have to see how it grows. So basically all we're doing now is just fertilizing the hell out of it like everything else, growing it up really big, and we're going to keep chopping it back and chopping it back every year, and then eventually in 5, 6, 7 years hopefully we'll have something that starts looking a little bit more like a bonsai tree and not like a little seedling planted in a giant tub. So eventually when this soil compacts down a little bit more, gets a little bit aged, we're going to flood this pretty regularly and just sort of keep it growing in a little pool of water. I'll come back and do an update, I guess, when it looks like something interesting is happening. I don't know how much more growth we'll get out of this, but maybe I'll come back for the fall and just show the orange leaves, because this is a deciduous plant. So I guess I'll be back eventually with this, and we'll see what's going on.